Hello everyone, it's Shauna coming to you live from her craft room in Edmond, Oklahoma. Hope everyone is having a fabulous Saturday. Hope closing those blinds helped a little bit. It's hard to do a live at this time of day since I'm in the front room. We have a huge bay window and that sun comes through regardless, but hopefully that helped a little bit. We're going to be making this beautiful swing card using the North Pole delivery suite of products. Let me make sure as everybody's hopping on that I am going live in the right place. All the technical stuff. So I'm in the right place. Can you hear me is the next question. Let's see. Yep, you can. All right, I'm going to turn on live chat. That way when you're popping in, if you'll say hi, I know that you're here. If you don't say anything, I don't know that you're here and watching. So today is December 20th. Can you guys believe we have less than a week before Christmas? OMG. Ready or not, here it comes. I hope you guys have finished up your shopping, and if you haven't, that you are. Oh, okay. Well, we have a lot of ground to cover today, so let me see if I can scoot a little bit over. I can tell that I'm kind of hanging off the side. So let's see if that's good. There's a little bit of a delay in the Facebook world. Okay. Am I good? Am I? No, I'm not good. Okay. So, I don't want to spend too much time chatting because we do have a lot of crafting to do, and I do want to leave room for the chatting afterwards. So, because there are lots of cute cards. I think I'm straight. I'm going to go ahead and push that down. Okay, I'm going to move this out of the way so we can get this stuff out of the way. So, I say this at every live. There's 3 levels of creativity. There is something for everyone. There are our step-by-step kits. We have 2 different kinds of kits. One is in a brown box, and these are on the StampinUp.com website. They come out with 2, sometimes 3 new kits every month. So these are constantly going in and out and revolving. So make sure you're going to the website to see all the greatest and latest. These kits are all inclusive. And what I mean by that is you can take this kit to a sporting event, to a sporting practice, to camping, and you have everything that you need to make whatever's in this box. You have your adhesive, your ink, your stamping block. This happened to be a birthday one. A lot of our kits, if they're card kits, make 3 different cards, 3 of each, so it's 9 cards. This one right here only made 2, so there was 8 cards, 4 of each. The other kit we have is our monthly subscription kit called Paper Pumpkin. These you have to be subscribed, you have to be a member. If you're ever curious about that, let me know, I can help you. These come to your doorstep every month. They are a surprise, so it's like Christmas coming to your house. We get sneak peeks of things. Again, this was a birthday one. I need to put these kits together, but see the 3 different cards, 3 of each. That's how most of our kits are, unless it's home decor or some cute little book that you're making, some album. But most of them are card kits. So those are our step-by-step instructions. We also have our quick and easy option, which is the mix and match section of the catalog. You have some card bases and some stamps to choose from and some die cuts, and then you can just mix and match because everything color coordinates. That's the best thing about Stampin' Up. Their inks, their papers, their ribbon, their embellishments, it's all color coordinated. So if you are using real red, then everything is that real red color. So it takes a lot of guessing out of the work. And then there's also Creativity Your Own Way, which is most of the catalog. Anything goes. You just find a cute stamp set that you want and create until your heart's content. So when I was talking about the Paper Pumpkin, the monthly subscription kits, like I said, we get sneak peeks. So here is the January kit. So you have to subscribe between December 11th and January 10th for this kit. It is postage theme. It's florals. And I'm going to say like a muted subtle color. That's really all I know. The one for February is Easter theme. It does coordinate with our Easter Joy Sweet collection. That is a new collection that is coming out in the new mini spring catalog. I'll show that to you guys here in a second. It goes live in January. If you have ordered from me in the last 6 months and you have not gotten your catalog, please let me know. I have plenty of catalogs. So you should have one in your hand. I think I gave the last people I was waiting on their catalog today at class. This is the one that I'm more excited about than anything. It's the Fluttering Garden. It's the March kit. So you have to be subscribed between February 11th and March 10th. I am loving the vibrant colors on these hummingbirds. I'm not usually a bird person, so I'm excited about that. It also comes with a free additional stamp set, which means not only is there one stamp set in this kit, but there's 2. Now, there is an add-on die set that you can get that goes with the January, February, and March kits. It's item 168666. These are normally under $15. I can't remember the exact price, but you'll see there's a postage one in here for January. For February, there's some tulip flowers, and for March, there's the word beautiful in a beautiful cursive script. So anyway, if you're ever curious about our paper pumpkins, let me know. Stampin' Up! Offers a lot more than just crafting supplies. They do offer craft classes online. They also offer virtual retreats. I try to let you guys know when those are. There is a new virtual retreat that they just came out with. I will be posting on my blog, or not my blog, my Facebook page this next coming week. So make sure I try to update my Facebook page every day. And I try to do it early. So if there's something rolling out, a new sale, that's where you're going to see it. It's on the Facebook page. So check that daily if you can. They also are starting a new thing. Over the past few years, we've had Celebration. Sometimes twice a year, but normally just once. And it came out with the spring holiday catalog. So like January through March. It would be a little bitty catalog. And you would get free items. Like there would be, if you purchased over $50, several items that you could get for free, or if you purchased $100 worth of items, several items that you can get free. They're not going to do that. They're going to try this product of the month. So if you put in an order that is $75 or more, then you can get a certain item that they have come out with called Product of the Month for just $5. It can be dies, it can be stamps, it can be paper. This last month, so December is the first month that they have done this. And this pack of paper that they're doing is called True Blue Florals. I just want to show this off because there's only a few days left to get this beautiful pack of paper. So if you spend over $75 before shipping, you can add this to your order for just $5. And it is some beautiful florals in all of our blue colors. There are 12 pieces of paper, 2 of each design. And that is the front and backs of those papers. So, just FYI. If you have any questions on that, reach out to me and let me know. So right now we have our mini catalog. This is our holiday mini catalog. It ends December. Well, January 4th? January 5th. So you can order this through January 5th. Time's a ticking, guys. It's right around the corner. If there's anything that you want out of this catalog, you need to get it now. Some of this stuff has moved to the last chance list. Some of it is already sold out and is not coming back. So, just a heads up. This is our annual catalog. It is good through May. So you can order from this catalog right now, this catalog. You can order at StampinUp.com and see our online exclusives. These are products that only come out online. They never make it to a catalog. And I'm telling you what, some of those products are wonderful. They're beautiful. I like them better than what's in the catalog, to be honest. Our last chance products, which are our discounted products, you can only find online. So again, StampinUp.com. And then here's our new holiday catalog. This starts January 6th. I can't show you the inside of it yet. I can show you the front and the back. It'll kind of give you some ideas of what's in the catalog, a little bit of sneak peek there. I will be doing a catalog walkthrough in January. That will probably be the first video I do. Actually, no, the second video I do in January. So January 10th, probably, I will do a walkthrough. Somewhere around that. So look for that. Again, if you don't have your mini catalog yet and you've ordered from me in the last 6 months, I have one for you. Just holler at me. Okay. That is all of the housekeeping stuff. Let me switch to February card and scrapbooking class. Dates, times, I have not posted about this yet. I will be typing up my newsletter tomorrow and sending that out. So if you're watching today's live video, you're getting all the greatest and latest news before anybody else is. I'm trying to find my calendars. Here we go. Okay. Today is December 20th. Christmas. I need to know by December 31st if you want to do card or scrapbooking classes if you're here local with me. So, that gives you almost 2 weeks, a week and a half to let me know. So I'm going to give you a sneak peek. Card class will be January 17th. I have not decided on what time the class is going to be. Today we had an early class just so that everybody could go to Christmas parties if they needed to. And then January 31st is the scrapbooking class. So if you want to attend either one of those, let me know by December 31st. Okay. The cards that we will be making for January's class are Valentine's themed. So here's the first one. This is using all new product. Here's the second one. These are some cute doilies. And then the third one is a little faux pop-up card. These are kind of hard to show, but it uses the Kissing Bears. I can't remember what the name of that is. Kissing Booth, maybe. It is called I don't know. I've hid it for myself. It is called Valentine's Kisses. It's a very, very, very cute stamp and die set. So, all right. Those are February's card class. Now let me show you February's scrapbooking class. This is the Traditions of Christmas workshop. And normally I just make 3 2-page layouts. You guys, this has 5 2-page layouts. So here is layout 1, and I know you can't see all of it, sorry. I'm zoomed in for my class, for my card. This is layout 2. And again, this uses the Traditions of Christmas workshop kit. However, I did not do it like the workshop suggested because I wanted to get more out of it. So here's layout 3. Here is layout 4. And sorry, once again, I need to be zoomed out for you guys to see this, but I need to be zoomed in for the card that we're making today. So you can't see everything. Anyway, 5 2-page layouts. So if you're ever interested in my classes and you're here local, please send me a private message, an email, whatever you need to do to reach out to me. And I will get you on my newsletter, my email that I send out once a month. These are, if you're getting this kit with Stampin' Up, they show you how to make these 3 2-page layouts. So you can make them this way, or you can do whatever floats your boat like I do. Okay. So again, the 31st is when I need to know by. And if you're interested, I will send you out. The card class is $15. The scrapbooking class is $45. I have not announced the times yet. So if you want to be on my newsletter, let me know. Okay. Is that all the housekeeping? I think it is. All right, enough chatting. Let's get to crafting. Okay, so this again is a swing card using the North Pole delivery suite of products. Let me show off these beautiful products to you. And I'm going to apologize now. I've already had card class and we've used this suite, so I don't have much paper left. In fact, I've been hanging on to just little bits of it just so I can show you what the paper looks like. So North Pole delivery, and again, there are 12 pieces of paper in this paper pack. One of them, here's the front. There's the back. Here is the front. Here is the back. It is postage delivery themed. Both of my parents worked at the post office, so I really loved it. Here's one side. This was my favorite sheet of paper. This is all I pretty much have left of it. Some mailboxes on that side. And then there's this with all the cute little doggies and kitty cats. Here's the back, a whole bunch of letters. And then here is the front with some bears, foxes. We can't decide if this is a raccoon or a dog. Some squirrels, some hawks. And then there's the back side, which I love this side too because it reminds me of like snow falling. The stamp set is called Jolly Delivery, and it's got a bear with presents, a little kitty cat, again this raccoon or dog, this little dachshund, which if you know me, I grew up with a dachshund, a couple of them, so I love dachsies. A little package, some presents, a mailbox, some little footprints, sending merry tidings, Merry Christmas and happy wishes from the North Pole. special delivery from here to there, hoping this Christmas is the most magical yet, from me to you. They are clear photopolymer stamps, so I prefer those because you can see exactly where you're stamping. You get a better stamp, I think. And then you have these die cuts. Now, of course, this cuts out the bear and the presents. This cuts out the little dog or raccoon, the kitty cat. Here's the little dachshund. Here's the mailbox. Here's some little letters, a present. It's got a little circle, some little paw prints. And some of those dies cut out the paper. So like this bear and presents, it cuts out. That's that little raccoon and dog. So if you don't want to use your Stampin' Up! Blends and color them, because you can stamp them, color them, and then cut them out, you have another option, and you can just cut out these images with those dies. Now you can also fussy cut some of these images. So if you run out of images, but we've got some little letters, some little gifts. It does cut out this little doxy. It cuts out the little kitty cat. So lots of fun to be had. And again, I have several examples to show you. So hopefully you'll hang tight with me as we make this card, this beautiful swing card. And then I'll show you all the examples that I have. Again, if you're scrolling through the Facebook world, make sure you say hi, because I don't know that you're on here if you don't say hi. If you're just popping in and out, I completely understand. Or if you're watching this on YouTube a little bit later or Facebook a little bit later, just type in replay in the comments and I'll know that you stopped by and watched. Also, if you have any questions, put them in the comments, and I do look at all the comments and I'll answer you. Okay, we're going to start out with a piece of paper. This is the Pool Party cardstock. This measures 7.5 by 4 1/4. And Mom, when you're watching this later, you'll be so proud of me because I already have all my papers pre-cut. I'm going to show you how to cut this swing card because to me that's the most important. That's probably why you're watching. So I'm going to get my paper trimmer out. Hopefully I am in camera, in view. So we're going to take our 7.5 by 4 1/4 piece of Pool Party. We are going to score at 3 1/4. So score, not cut. I'm going to move my cutter out of the way and we're just going to score. So 3 1/4 and 4 1/4. So those are our two scores. And then we're going to take a pencil and we're going to put a pencil line at 1 5/8 on both of these sides. So let me pull out this just in case. I try to, bear with me a second, it's on the bottom of my stack. If you don't know your measurements, this is just kind of a little cheat sheet. So if you need to know, the 16ths are all the little marks, because if you count them all, there's 16 of those in an inch. The 8ths are the next to largest, and if you count those, there are 8 in an inch. And then, of course, you've got your 4ths, which if you count those, there's 4 in an inch. And then your half mark, there's just, 2 of those in an inch. So if you need to know your measurements, 16ths are the smallest, then your 8ths, then your 4ths, then your halves, then your 1. So again, let me go back. We're going to put a pencil line on the 1 5/8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So not the smallest, it's the next to smallest. And you're going to count 5 over. It's in between the half and the 3/4 marks. And I'm just going to close this, and I'm going to take a different pencil actually. And I'm just going to put a mark on the edges like that. Hopefully you can see my little tick marks. I'm going to turn that around. I'm going to do the same thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5/8. And we're going to rotate our paper to the 4 1/4 inch side, so the short side. And let's see, 3/4. So we're going to measure over 3/4, almost an inch. We are going to line up our paper there, and then we are going to cut from the pencil line to the score line. So this is kind of why we put our pencil lines up here. I'm going to stand up so that I can get a good view and make sure I'm doing this right. So on our cutter, we have these little marks on the sides and where our cutting blade goes. So you need to line up. Again, we're on the 3/4. We're going to line up and we're going to cut. I can't see. Okay, I think I'm good. Trying to look around my video camera. Okay, so we're going to cut from there to this first score line, which is on the 3 1/2. Okay, we're going to pick this up, and then we're going to come down here to this score line, which is on the not 3 1/2, 3 1/4, and then here's our 4 1/4. I said that wrong, sorry. But basically you're going from your score lines that you made to your little spots that you made, your little tick marks. Okay. Then we're going to rotate this all the way around, and we're going to do the same thing on this side. So again, we're at 3/4. So make sure you're over here on your 3/4. You're lined up. And we're going to cut from our tick mark down to our first score line at 3 1/4. It's the hardest part about this card. We're going to pick this up. And we're going to make sure, sorry I'm sniffling. This is what happens when you keep your head bent down. This other score line is on the 4 1/4. So we're going to put our blade there, and we're going to cut down to this little tick mark. Okay. So you're left with something like this. Can you guys see? I think you can. So we got our score marks and then our cuts. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come in and we're going to cut from here to here. We're going to join our other cut marks. Sorry, I'm sniffling. So again, it's 1 5/8. 1, 2, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So pretty much where our tick marks are. And we're going to go from the 3/4 line up here. Trying to get this lined up. It's a little bit above. These Stampin' Up! Trimmers are great because you can see what you're doing with these side measurements. So we're going to take that and connect that cut line with this cut line. And then we're going to rotate our paper around again, 1 5/8, halfway between the 1/2 and the 3/4 mark. And we're going to line this up again. And we're going to join those two cut lines. When you have the Stampin' Up! Trimmer, it makes it so much easier. Okay, we're going to put our cutter and trimmer out of the way because that's pretty much what we needed it for. Now you might need to come in here with your scissors, your little paper snips. I'm going to sit back down, so bear with me. And you might need to come in here and just trim if you did not get that exact, which I did not. Okay, there's one. There we go. And okay, so now we basically have these two, well, I thought I snipped that all the way. These two flaps. Do you guys see what we have going on there? I'm going to take my eraser and erase these little tick marks that we made because we no longer need those. Okay, and now we're going to decorate it. I'm going to pull back in my card. And like I said, I have all this paper cut out because it is a lot of paper. I'm going to start with our bigger pieces first. You need 2 pieces, one of the designer series paper, one of the Whisper White so that you can put on the back. And this is going to go into our middle. Before we do that though, let me score and fold on these lines. So this line right here, we're going to fold up and we're going to burnish that really well. And then this one we're going to fold back, burnish that really well. Now we're going to fold it up. We're going to do the exact opposite. And we're going to do the opposite that we did on this one. Okay. And that's going to give you your little mechanism to swing. That's all it is. Okay. So back to this. So these pieces measure 4 1/8 wide by, so 4 1/8 wide by 2 5/8 long. We're going to take our adhesive, whatever adhesive you like to use, your adhesive of choice. And again, this is the North Pole Delivery suite of products. And we're going to try to get this on here straight. It leaves about a 1/8 of an inch border all the way around, so not that big of a border. Hold on, let me bring this down to me. I cannot see what I'm doing because of the lights in here. Okay. Sometimes the lighting really messes with me. And I want to make sure that I get this paper on straight. Okay, there we go. Just push it down. And then you're going to flip it over. But before you do this, we want to put our greeting on here because it is easier to stamp off of when it's flat and not on like the score lines. So Again, Merry Christmas and Happy Wishes comes from the Jolly Delivery stamp set. We're going to go tap, tap, tap. You don't have to squish it like it's a bug, just tap it. And sometimes you might want to stamp over to the side just to make sure your stamp works. But you know, we've been using this stamp all morning long because we used it at class. So I know it is good and ready to go. I'm going to line up my paper on the grid so that I can make sure I'm straight. And then I'm just going to stamp this in the middle. And we're good. That is really the only stamping on this card. I'm gonna flip this over. I'm gonna put some adhesive on here. Bring this back in, make sure this is the top. We don't want to put it on upside down. Make sure we're even and we're good to go. The rest of this is just about decorating your card, and you can decorate it however you want. This pack of paper, I did show it off to you. It also comes with 2 pages of die cuts. So there's a page that has animals, and then there's a page that has letters and mailboxes. I have a lot of letters left. There's some houses. There are some postal trucks, some little Jeeps that match our paper. Where's that paper at? So some mail trucks, some little Jeeps that have packages and Christmas trees. However, I've already used all those. We used all those at class today. So this is really all I have left. We've got some little postage stamps. So this is what we're going to use to make our little scene on here. So I'm just kind of putting this all out so that you guys can see all that. Comes with some little poles. I thought those were cute. Here's some more mailboxes, some little presents. I was trying to find all the critters. We've got a couple of foxes left. There's some more letters. There's one house. Just kind of working with just the little bits and bobs that I have left. We've got some little hedgehogs with some letters. Those are cute. We'll use one of those. We'll use a bunny rabbit. Here's a little squirrel with a letter. Do I have a big mailbox left? I might not. We can use this green mailbox. It's on a little pole. Here's some more mailboxes. Here's a little mouse that's holding up a gift. We'll use it. But I think that's really all that I have left. I mean, there are some bears that are carrying presents. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Some trucks, some houses. I just don't have all of it left. So, okay, the next pieces of paper we're going to be using are, if I can get my hands on them, trying to grab them out of my little, this is the one that has all the animals on it, and the back of it looks like the pool party with the little white dots. To me, it's snow falling. We need 4 pieces of this. They measure 1 1/2 by 4 1/16. So 4 1/16 long, 1 1/2 wide. And I'm going to get my adhesive. And this is what we're going to be putting on the sides. So I'm just kind of lining that up and giving myself an equal size border all the way around. And we need 2 for the front, 2 for the back. So there's our 2 for the front. Let's do 2 for the back. One more. Okay. And then we need 8 pieces that are 1.5 long by 9/16 tall. So 8 of those, and we're going to put those 4 on each side. Actually, why don't I just go ahead? I'm just going to put adhesive on all of these. Am I missing one? Yep, I am. Let me grab. Okay. Okay. So we're just going to come in here and we're going to put these down. And you just kind of want to make sure that they line up with the bottom piece here. Because you kind of want them to look continuous, but they really can't be continuous because of all the scoring and cutting. But we're going to make people look at it and think that it is. So we're going to try to fool the eye. You guys, I'm still in awe that it's like, it's Christmas. Oh. I finally got, just yesterday, guys, all of my Christmas done. Now I can wrap them. Oh. Talk about waiting till the last minute. And I tell you what, I don't know about you guys, but if you guys are ordering online and you're having it shipped, whoo, you better get that done. Because that's what I was waiting, was just to have a few items that were ordered online instead of bought in the store. And I ordered them like a week ago, week and a half ago. And I thought, I really hope that they're here. It was kind of putting me into a little mode of panic. But they showed up. And they were the same gift. I mean, they were 2 different gifts for the same kid. Wouldn't that have been awful to not have 2 of your gifts? It would have made Grandma sad. Okay. So now we're left with 4 little pieces. And when I say little, I mean little, guys. These are 7 8ths. Let me try to talk. Wide by 9/16 tall. So again, I'm gonna flip all of these over. You know me and little pieces. I have fat fingers, guys. I do not like working with little pieces, but this card was worth it. So we're going to put that in this little swing mechanism, so the center. the part that we scored. I've got adhesive coming off the sides. So again, I'm just trying to line that up in between those two score lines. And again, trying to fool the eye. Hey Mom, how are you? I didn't figure you'd be on here. Misty and Nick are here, aren't they? Or are they still getting here? Maybe they're not here yet. I do need to call you and talk to you after this live though. Little itty bitty pieces for my big old hands. They don't work well together. I'm gonna blame it on you, Mom. Giving me big old hands. No, I'm just kidding. You get blamed for everything. Okay. And I will have to go in here with my little adhesive eraser. If you guys do not own one of these, I think the Dollar Tree has them. Stampin' Up! Used to sell them, but we don't anymore. But any adhesive that's hanging off of those sides, you can just come in here with your adhesive eraser and clean that up. Okay, so now all it is decorating. We've got all the paper done. I don't know what that is. Some goobers. Okay, so why don't we take our little pole. I am going to bring in my silicone mat because these little pieces are not so wide. Actually, I want pop dots. I changed my mind. I need pop dots. I'm gonna bring in my little mini dimensionals and my little pokey tool. I'm gonna put a pop dot up here and it's sticking to me. Well, Mom, at least you're gonna get to see all the samples that I've made. They are here. I'm taking a short break. Oh, okay. I figured they would be here by now. That makes sense though. Break time. Okay, so we're gonna put that over here. And then we're gonna put a little mailbox. I don't have a lot of mailboxes left, but I am just going to cut the bottom of this little mailbox and take the pole off. And let me get some big dimensionals for it, because I can just pop one big dimensional on it. Got to go. Talk later. Okay, love ya. Bye. Pop in, pop out. That's what happens. Life gets busy, guys. So we're going to put him down here. And then let's see. I don't think I had any presents left, so we might end up. There's our mailboxes. Here were our critters. Here's our little postage. Okay. So why don't we, let's put Mr. Fox over here like he's owning the road. That's the little smirk he has on his face. It's like he's owning the town. Don't give him any problems. He'll get ya. Get ya, get ya, get ya. So again, I'm probably off the camera. Yep, sorry. I'm putting little pop dots or little dimensionals on him. Come on. The struggle, guys, it's real. Come on. There we go. Sometimes those backings just are hard to get off. Okay. So make sure his tail is not messing up the whole swing part of it, the whole mechanism. Let's take, I'm going to put our bunny up here, but I don't want it to look like our bunny is being chased by the fox. But that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put our little bunny up here. Again, off the camera, sorry, trying to just take off that dimensional, the backing of it. I'll pop him up here. And I'm gonna put some of these smaller guys down here. Actually, I could have used a big dimensional on him. I love these little critters. So we're going to put the squirrel with the letter, I'm going to say down over here on this side. We can go with our little mouse holding the present over here as well. Now I'm going to lay, since I've popped him up, I'm going to lay him flat. So I'm just going to put some adhesive on the back of him and slide him down and try not to cover him up. I'm going to move the little squirrel, put him down first. Now I can put the squirrel, scoot him over a little bit so he's not hiding the mouse. And then we can put our little hedgehog guy on the bottom. Okay. We'll put him like he's crossing this little bridge. Put him kind of in the middle. And then let's not forget our little bling. Now this is the Dear Dots. This to me kind of went with the paper a little bit better because you've got the petal pink, the poppy parade, the pool party, and the garden green. So I really liked the way that these poppy parade kind of showed up off of the blue. There was a nice contrast there. So I'm going to use some of those. I put a big one, and they also have two sizes, big and small. So I'm going to put a big one and a small one kind of up here in the middle. This just adds a little something something. I'm going to take a small one and just put it here because you know we like our groups of three, our triangle effect. And then I'm going to take another large one and a small one and put it right here. And that's our card. Now we also have these delightful decorative dots. They're a little bit more sparkly, a little bit more glistening. And so I decided not to use that on these cards. However, this does go with the traditions of Christmas paper really, really well. So if you're using that paper to make this type of card, here's another thought. Okay, it's 3:53. I have 7 minutes to show you guys all these cards. Also, there are two different kinds of ribbons that go with these sets. Again, there's a Real Red or Poppy Parade. I think it's more Real Red. It doesn't have that much orange. But this is a really nice glittery, glistening ribbon. This goes great with the traditions of Christmas because there has some gold foiling in that paper. I used that paper last week. So go back and check out that video. And then here is, this one's called just bordered ribbon. And it's got this nice garden green on one side and this nice soft sea foam on the other side. Makes a beautiful bow using both of those colors. And I'm going to show you these. The reason why I'm talking about these ribbons, I know there's not ribbons on these cards, but there is ribbon on some of these cards that I'm fixing to show you. So that's kind of your products. Again, let me just kind of, oh, and I did put a little postage note if you wanted to over here. Let's use a reindeer. You don't have to, but you know we've got them, so you might as well, right? It was just a little something something to add to the back because I didn't really decorate it. So again, that's your little card. Hope you guys really like that card. Okay, I'm going to set those over to the side, and then let me bring in this box of goodies. Okay, so at card class that we had today, we made these 3 cards, again, using that suite of products. Here's a little step fold card. It creates a scene. So, and then you do have a place on the back to sign it, and it stands like that. Hopefully you guys can see that at an angle. So there's that one. Here's a little fun fold card. See, we've used this ribbon. Here was one of the doggies that was a die cut, and we used the petal pink little embellishments. But see how that ribbon does great with using both sides? I love it. So there's one card. Here's just a little fun fold using a house and one of the little doggies. Again, these are all the same papers, the same little die cut. So those were the 3 cards that we made in class today. I did use the more glittery little embellishments on this one. So a couple of other cards. Here's a one using those little green embellishments and the little die cut. See, there's some bears and a hawk, an owl, not a hawk, an owl, a squirrel. This one, when you open it, is a fun little pop-up card, and you've got a house and this little raccoon or dog, whatever he is. Some little paw prints. Here was a shaker card. Got some cute little snowflake embellishments in there, some little sequins. It says Merry Christmas and Happy Wishes, so using that same stamp set. Now this does use the branching out dies. So Stampin' Up! Had a set called Branching Out, and I love the font and these sentiments. Thinking of you brings joy to my heart. From our family to yours, happiest birthday wishes, sent with lots of love to a very special someone. Wishing you a day filled with many happy moments. Love that. Hello, friend. But it has these little branches, these little pine cones, little pine tree. And then the dies are these right here. And so that's what I've used to, I've just cut out a red one, a real red one, and a garden green one, and then used this paper that's in that paper pack. And then, of course, the glittery ribbon. So, cute card there. Here's just a simple one using the little mail Jeep. Sending loads of Christmas cheer. That's actually from an old stamp set. It's the one that's got the wagon, and then they came out with a Christmas one where the snowman is kind of like melting. So sending loads of Christmas cheer came from that. But this is just a very basic card. Opens up like this with several layers. So there's a real red, and then one of the designer series paper, garden green, some of that house paper, the little scene, little die cut circle from the nature spotlight of nature dies, and then a little circle. And I just popped that little die cut up, put a couple of embellishments, and you're done. Here's one, the little dachshund, again one of the die cuts, some embellishments up there. This one opens up like this. And I do, before I move on, I want to show you guys this set. I showed you the stamp and the dies. It also comes with this huge, massive die. This was pretty much the reason why I bought this stamp set and die set. It makes a cute little box. So the box is like this, and these closures can be a star. That's what these are right here. So there's a star, a circle, and a heart. And you use that to keep your box closed. Now I don't have this, you know, all glued together or anything, but it's a very easy box to put together. Come on. Let me set it down instead of trying to do it in the air. It also helps when there's something in there. Oh. And I know these trucks and everything are all backwards, but I'm actually going to turn this around and fold it the other way. So I just kind of wanted to show you, and it's easier to see on that white side. But that's how it closes with these little pieces. Now, a lot of people were not upset, but like, what? I give gift cards for Christmas. Why isn't that a gift card holder? It can be, guys. It really can be. You just have to, instead of scoring on all the lines, you just have to score it a little bit differently and cut it. So again, it is possible. I am bound and determined to get this thing closed, guys. There's one part of the star. Oh well. Okay. So you can see this size of box is a little bit different, a little bit smaller than this gift card holder. So you can use this to put a gift card in. You just don't fold it on these score lines right here. So you make this part longer for the gift card. So there are a couple of score lines right there. You can't really see them. I did not fold those. I just kept them plain. So if you put your gift card in, put the tabs over top of your gift card, because that way when you bend up these side pieces, you're seeing the paper through that. And then I folded these score lines the closest to the middle and did not fold this score line. And then instead of putting your little heart or star, your little notch through on the top, you don't cut it out while you're doing the same, because let me back up. This little die right here, see these little half circles right there? This sits up in these little spots. When you're cutting it out, those just sit up in there on your little die cut machine. So when you roll it through, it can cut it all together at once. And you just pick and choose which ones you want. Do you want to use the circle or the heart? And that's how you do the box one, where it cuts it all the way up here. Well, when you're cutting the gift card one, you just don't cut this. You just use this big die to cut it, and then you come back with a pencil and measure. I've even left my little pencil marks here so that you can see. So say I hadn't cut that yet, you just take your little pencil, put a little mark here, a little mark here, and then you line your little star or heart or whatever up with that and roll it through a second time. And that's how you get your measurement for the gift card. I do have a video on this showing all of this. It's on an unboxing video. So if you want to go back and watch that, you can. But you can use it for a gift card. I know a lot of people were upset about that. It is possible. All things are possible. Okay, more cards. Let's see. This right here, because I haven't been able to show you guys a whole bunch of things from the Christmas catalog because we're running short on Saturdays, so Facebook Lives. This uses the Snowflake Kisses die. Now I did not buy the stamp set that went with this because the sentiments were a little bit mushy, I guess would be my, like snowflake kisses and warm wishes, and I thought I'm not putting that on a card. So you can see here's this big, so it has this big die with this little circle in the middle, and it also has these dies. So of course this is the big one. I just ran it through, and then I took some glitter paper, some silver and some blue, and cut out a couple of these snowflakes, put some rhinestones on here, some pretty balmy blue sheer ribbon, and then Merry Christmas, that's another die set in our catalog. Here is one that I used this little corner snowflake. Isn't that just beautiful? This was like my favorite card, I think, and it's probably one of the easiest. I took a piece of Whisper white paper, did some ink blending on it with some Pool Party, did some ink splattering, put the little die on there to cut the corner pieces. When you're cutting those corner pieces, it cuts out these two snowflakes from this one and this one. Hang on to those pieces. I put some Wink of Stella on those. I used the Hoping This Christmas is the Most Magical Yet from the Jolly Delivery set. It's right there. And then I put some of these little, what are these called? These are called Iridescent Faceted Gems, and they remind me of little snowflakes. I put those on all the little snowflakes. So really an easy, simple card, easy to make. And of course, I had to make a shaker card. So again, these are some snowflakes that are in there, some little shaker bits. And these were the white loose snowflakes. And I just cut out a big piece, put some foam strips, which look like this, foam adhesive strips. They're just little strips already cut for you. Laid those around down there, and again used the Hoping This Christmas is the Most Magical Yet on the Pool Party snowflake paper out of this paper pack. Okay, so those are those. And then if you missed last week's, this was using the Traditions of Christmas paper. So this is just your basic card with a little bit of it cut off. And then I did it this way instead of like a normal card. I did it long ways. And this piece right here measures 4 by 6, and it's scored at 3. Wishing You the Sweetest Christmas is off of the jar set. Jar of Joy. And again, you can go back and watch last week's Facebook Live. I would start at the 30-minute mark because I could not, I messed up on my measurements. So the first 30 minutes of it is kind of mind-boggling, but we got through it. And this used the Homemade Treats stamp and die set, which I love that. So there's this one, and then I showed how to make a cute little apron, stamp some more of those and cut them out, use some little peppermint embellishments. Those are still current. And then using the Gingerbread Man bundle, I made this card right here. Again, use some of those little peppermint embellishments. And this was just to tuck a little goodie in, so you could tuck a little ornament in, or a gingerbread man cookie, a cocoa packet with a candy cane. Here's another one that I thought was really cute. Using Wishing You the Sweetest Christmas, so that jar Christmas stamp set. And these I just got at Dollar Tree. I thought this would be kind of something fun and cute for a kid. They can put together their own gingerbread man. Excuse me. And you can get a pack of 5 for $1.25. And since it already has the little hole up here in his head, I just took one of these packages, took my little hole punch, popped it right there, took some red and white twine and kind of tucked it in here and glued it down, and then just flapped it over the side because these didn't really fit in that little packet, that little pocket. So, and then the last but not least is the treat box that we made, again using the homemade treats. This fits the little Debbie Christmas trees. So hopefully that has given you guys a ton of ideas using the gingerbread man stamp set. This used the Traditions of Christmas paper, not the foil side, but just the matte side. I love this pack of paper. So here's all of those using that. That was last week's Facebook Live. Here are some cards that I haven't made a Facebook Live for, but this stamp and die set is very easy to use. Again, this was called Snowflake Kisses. It's online. It's an online exclusive. So if you're not shopping at StampinUp.com, you're missing out on these online exclusives. But love the pool party and the white, the balmy blue and the white. Such a fun Christmas snowflake idea. And then of course all of these using the North Pole delivery suite of products. The paper pack is just amazing with all those die cuts that come with it. But there's our swing card, and then just several cute shaker card, a fun fold little pop-up, and all that is scoring some paper. Tons of ideas, and then of course another little fun fold, if I can get it to sit right. But that is our last Facebook Live for the month of December, guys. It's been a very fast month, but I hope I have shown you guys enough cards, enough ideas to where you can use all of that pretty paper that you got. Hopefully you love them as much as I do. Tons of cards. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 with the swing card and the box. So 15 cards / treat boxes. Tons of inspiration. So again, I know we just did 2 Facebook Lives for this month. Sorry, short on time with the holidays and the way the calendar works out. We won't be doing a Facebook Live next weekend after Christmas. We will be out of town for the Christmas holidays. And then the next weekend after that, I'll be back. And we will be working on Valentine's Day, guys. Valentine's Day. So, thanks for popping in. Hope this gives you tons of ideas and inspiration to make your own cards to send out. And again, if you're here local, if you're ever interested in my card classes, my scrapbooking classes, please send me a private message, send me an email, a phone call, however you want to reach out to me and let me know if you're interested. Even if you can't come to, like, say, February's class or January's class, I can at least add you to the email. That way you'll get it for future classes, and if you can make some of those, that would be great. And I always have my card rack up, so if you're ever in need of cards, If you buy 5 cards, I can give you a little bulk pricing and sell them for $2 a piece. Can't find a homemade card that cheap. So thanks again for spending the year with me. I can't believe we're done with it. We're closing it out. But I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all your support in my small business. Every little purchase helps. And if you need anything, holler. That's what I'm here for. So you guys have a fabulous Christmas, a happy new year, and we will be back. What is that? That is January. Hold on just a second. One moment, please. Where's my calendar? It's buried. It's going to be January 3rd. And we'll start those Valentine treats. You guys take care. Love ya. Bye.